Let's go ahead and find our seat. My focus is definitely going to be in the heart region, and also do some stuff and give you some tips on keeping our immunity nice and strong. And my stress relief yogi tea says today, use your head to live with heart. That one kind of makes me go, huh? But use your head to live with heart. That feels better. Let's do some neck rolls. It's a good way just to connect the head and the heart, making sure that everything's flowing in between. And I really want you to focus on your Ujjayi breathing today. The Ujjayi breathing helps relieve any kind of fatigue, and it's going to keep us in that moment so that we are using the breath to control the mind, keeping everything nice and quiet. When you're ready, sit up nice and tall. Let the shoulders fall down. And let's open up our palms. A nice receiving mudra, elbows in close. And let's just start to drop into our practice. Amazing things happen when we actually do roll out our mat, sit in stillness and connect with our breath. We can get out of our head for a moment and escape everything that's going on around us and find some peace. Good, I want you to drop the chin and gaze down at your legs. Whatever leg is in front, we're going to cross our hands in front of us. But whatever leg's in front, then that hand's gonna come on top. And we're gonna walk our hands away. So we're in this forward bend with crossed arms. Once you feel like you're getting a really good stretch, then drop the chin in. Let's take 5 breaths here. Really ballooning up the back of the heart. With each exhalation, you're just dropping in more. Maybe walk the fingers out a little bit more for the last couple breaths. We'll slowly come up. Let's roll the shoulders back, set the hands behind us. Opening up the heart. Chin is level. We'll switch legs. Finding that forward bend, crossed arms, whatever is on top will be on top as we walk, rolling down and collapsing in here. A little bit deeper. Rolling up, reaching back. Good, continuing loosening up any way that you need to. Stretching the legs out, moving the body around. Meeting me up in a tabletop. I want you to find that neutral spot. Really let the belly hang for a moment. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth. One more. Good, we'll inhale through the nose. Curl the toes, exhale to down dog, out the mouth. Let's do a little flow here. Inhale, let's lift up through our cow. Complete inhale through the nose, exhale, down dog, out the mouth. Let's do 3 more, staying with the breath. Meeting me back down on the mat for some cat-cows. Inhale, lift open. Take that little pause and exhale, round, drawing that navel in as much as you can. Tuck in here. Wait a moment and then begin again. Last exhale, make sure that we're taking a wide child's pose today. Knees wide, sink back and down. We'll take 3 breaths here, just inquiring. Is one hip a little tighter than the other? Are you clenching around some bones somewhere? Is the face relaxed? Just continuing to check in. That's how we harmonize that mind and body, just always being present. Breathing deeply into this wide hip stretch here. And as we gently lift up, we're going to bring the knees together so we can get a nice lower back stretch, reaching the arms out in front. Bow down. Let the head dangle here. Let go. Reach out. Let's drop the head as much as you can, arms alongside, so really just hugging in here, palms up towards the sky. Bringing in positive thoughts. It's with positivity that we can just release any stress. Moving back up to our tabletop position, let's establish it first, drawing the navel in. We're going to bring the right leg up to a kneeling. Stay low. Right knee is going to be nice and square in the armpit, hands on either side. Now we're going to curl that back toe. Let's extend that leg. Lengthen. Breathe here. Good. Now we're going to come into, they call it a nectar of the moon pose. You roll to the outer edges, the outsides of both feet. So you have a straight back leg. You roll to the outer edge of the front. You roll to the outer edge of the back. Hands in center here. Now roll to the outer edges of both feet. Outer edges. Good. Let's come back to our kneeling. Hands on either side of that front foot, and we'll rock it back, taking a little bow here. We'll keep the foot onto the mat. Just a gentle stretch. Come back up to kneeling. Okay, so when I say the outer edges of the foot, here. So with the next side, you roll here, and you roll to the outside. Let's go ahead and come back into our tabletop. Good, and we'll set up for the other side. I think I'm gonna stay this way. So up, stay low, then we'll curl and extend. Get length in the back leg, length in the neck. Good, hands on the inside, and just roll to the outer edge so you can see the bottom of your foot. On the back foot, you roll to the outer edge. Now you're going to be dropping in here a little bit. Yeah. Good, come back. We'll move to our tabletop and extend with that nice exhale out the mouth to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Dropping down, knees, right leg up to the top. We're going to extend that back one again. Both hands on the inside. We're going to go back to that nectar of the moon pose, rolling to the outer edges. This time the left hand's in center, right arm reaches straight back. See if you can drop the hips in just a little bit more. Come back around, being mindful. We'll take that right leg all the way up to the sky, tail of the dog, three-legged. Back to the mat, onto our knees. Left leg up, hand to the outside so you can set up that prep first. Both hands on the inside. Right hand to center. Rolling out. Dropping in. So we're coming into this twist now. Reaching behind. Flat foot, ball of the foot, hand on either side. Left leg up to the high. 3 leg. Dropping down, child's pose. Let's roll the wrist out. You can even interlace, create some circles. Grabbing a sip whenever you need one. Good, let's go ahead and find our child's pose. We'll move back into our down dog. We're gonna keep the knees nice and bent. And we're gonna pick up that left leg and see if we can place the ankle right above, curl the toes in, push back, sink back. Good. Then we'll go ahead and switch. So you can start with that bent knee, but then if you'd like to straighten or just sink in, push back. Good, let's go ahead and come onto our knees. Then we're gonna go to the right side, setting up for a modified side plank. So we turn it out, everything is lined up here. Let's take the arm up. But we're gonna work more of a wild thing today to increase expanding the lungs. So the arm's gonna come up, but then we're gonna take it back just a little bit, spinning up to the sky. Good, then we'll come back around to tabletop. Stretch it out in down dog or cat cow, whatever your energy level is today. Let's take one more breath, and then we'll go to left side. Version of Vasisthasana, but then we're also going to move into that wild thing. Kamukasana, I think it is. So once you get your alignment set up, then take that arm behind you. Gaze up. Open up. Lengthen. Good, coming back around, navel in, tabletop. Your choice here, even child's pose. Good, take a few more breaths and then we're gonna start moving into the yin part of our practice. We'll be holding poses for a bit. And get a stopwatch going so we can semi-stay on track. Good, so we're going to go, in yin they call it a twisted dragon. So it's gonna be the same thing that we were doing. I'm gonna have you walk it out, but we're gonna stay on the knee, rolling out to that edge, and we're gonna twist. So we're gonna stay in this twisting dragon for a while. You can come down into the forearm if you'd like. Just want you to continue outer edge, push away, twist here, okay? So we're starting from knees, knees to here. So we were in this long one, but the knee's gonna stay down, but I wanna open this up a little bit more. So toe, heel out, toe away from you, heel on. Push it away and stay in the twist. There we are. I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer. We're gonna stay here for a bit. So if you feel that you can move down to that forearm, good. So making sure that you are connecting to that ujjayi breathing. With each exhale, you want to see if you can sink in a little bit more. But a little bit more sedentary than we would like. So we're going to open up the hips and the lower back. Get more blood circulation going. Keeping our mind focused on what we're doing on the mat. Things start to get a little uncomfortable. I want you to hold your inhale and exhale out the mouth. Repeat until you start to feel a little calmer. I've even noticed that I've been doing a little bit of a whisper scream as I'm breathing out the mouth, like just get it out. Good, let's come out of the twist. We're gonna stay with the legs here. Stay with me a little longer if you can. If you need to come out, perfectly fine. Really like you to focus on your anatomy too, where you're feeling it. I seem to be having it in my glutes, right where that hip connects. And then also in the inner thigh. Good. Let's go ahead and come up. We plant the foot. And lean it back. You need to find some steadiness for a good 30 seconds before you find any stretches. So up to you. Trusting your body, taking it slow, even just finding quiet is going to help you reset so that we can move to the other side. Give you about 3 more breaths and then we'll move to the other side. Sometimes you just kind of have to mentally prepare for this yin practice, and as we move through the stretches, you really just have to take this one breath at a time. So we'll go ahead and start back in that tabletop. Left leg is going to come up. Extend that leg so we can get a nice stretch, then drop the knee, toe out, heel on, roll to the outer. We're going to place the right in center so we can begin our rotation. Cleaning out all that gunk in these twists. Stretching the hip flexor, stretching the back, opening up the chest. Again, if you want to connect with those exhales out the mouth. When we get to exhale out the mouth, that really releases more of those toxins, and any kind of twist, we're just wringing out all that stuff. So we really want to let it out if we need to. Good, coming out, we'll stay nice and low. Coming out of the twist, but still staying in the stretch. See if you can find a little bit more space. Just going to be here for another 20 seconds. So the reason that we do yin when we're cold is because we are really working on the fascia instead of the muscles. So you're going to find a deeper release with this type of stretching. Okay, let's go ahead and slowly make our way out, pausing every few moments. Gonna feel a little sore. And then go ahead and do your thing. We'll go ahead and meet in our seat. We're going to be in this wide leg straddle here. We're going to come into that revolved bound angle. So it looks like the side reaching, okay? Both legs nice and open. We'll spend a couple minutes on each side. So again, our goal is to keep opening and spinning that chest and that lung up to the sky. You can take your arm behind you if it's not feeling right, or you can take it up and over. And we're going to continue to spin open, trying to look up, toes up. Breathing fully and completely, nice and slow. Trying to anchor down in that seat so we can really get that side stretch in the lower torso. So these side stretches that we're going to be doing are really invigorating. Stay with your breathing, connect with that ujjayi. Just dragging that breath along the back of the throat. And even since we're at home, you can use your mouth open. Inhale, exhale. Your fullest expression for 3 deep breaths. Good, we take that top arm up. Come to center, we're gonna pause here. Hold, just breathe. Good, let's go ahead and go to the other side. Shoulders in line as we just tip over to the side. Grabbing where you can. You can always use a strap. So establish everything on the mat, feeling anchored down, nice and grounded, before you start to connect with the stretch. Always moving to it nice and slow. And then we just keep fine-tuning it throughout the couple minutes that we're here. Strong legs, toes up to the sky. Spread them out. Belly breathing. Expand those rib cage, opening up. Twisting open, don't let the shoulder roll in. Your gaze doesn't have to be up, you can release the neck. And sometimes going back and forth is a nice flossing for the neck. Just working more of those kinks out. Let's take those 3 last exhales out the mouth. Arm up, big inhale. Sit tall and center. Good, let's bring the legs together for a nice forward fold. Reaching high, lifting up, and reaching out and down. We'll be here for 5. Making our way back up to the wide straddle. This time we're going to twist at the chest as we draw the navel in, finding the thigh, and we're going to make our way down here. So don't go to the fullest expression right off the bat. You want to ease into it. Letting everything relax, allowing the stretch to happen, allowing the tension to release naturally. Good, let's let go with those exhales out the mouth. Coming out just halfway for a moment. And then we'll rotate back to center. Hands behind us this time, lifting open. If you want, you can interlace behind you if you need a little bit more of a stretch. Doing lots of twists today. Nice, let's go ahead and change to the other side. And again, we're not really warmed up in yin. So my twist isn't even over towards this leg yet, but I'm just going to be patient and not force. Don't want to injure ourselves. Just taking it a bit at a time. Once you feel ready to lower, start making your way there. Ideally, we always want to try to get belly to thigh first. This is called forehead to knee. Let's exhale for 3 out the mouth. Moving out just halfway. Coming to center for that little pause. And then any movement that you want, reaching back, reaching forward. Good, so I'll have you reach for a blanket if you have one handy. We're gonna roll it up. And I'll come this way. So how we're gonna be is roll it so you get it long, and then like a sleeping bag. Yeah, I'll cut that in half. So you want it pretty fat. Yeah. So we're going to have it go along the spine. So nice and long, lower back. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to bring the heels of the feet together and then make our way down today. So have it at the low, running the same way as your spine. Feet together, and we'll come back. If you want more, you're going to come to the top of the head. Arms alongside. Just starting to feel the openness in the hips and the pelvis. We got the inner, the outer part of the hips, pelvis, hip flexors, belly, chest, shoulders. Just start to melt in here. We'll come flat-footed and gently roll off our blanket to the side. Bring the knees in as much as you can. Hold on. Good. Top hand in front of the heart to push yourself up. And then we're gonna move into that legs up the wall. So I'm going to place the blanket underneath me. So you can use it as a pillow or you can have it underneath your bottom. Sitting off to the side and kicking the legs up. Arms out to a T. If you take your arms above you, that's still going to make the heart work a little bit, so we can keep them just along our side, or like I said, on the belly. This is where, in a reclined position, you really want to work with that ujjayi. That's going to boost the energy. This is Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, excellent for our immunity system here. We're going to use the wall, bend the legs, come flat foot, and then just launching off. You can do one leg, you can do both legs. I just want you to lift the hips, peel the shoulders, the back I should say, so that you're all the way up to the shoulders, really squeezing the neck into that notch. One more breath if you came one-legged with me. My windows are dirty enough. I'm going to try not to get my feet on them. Good. Finding any other stretches at the wall. The reclined bound butterfly always feels nice. Or if you'd like to go back to that wide leg straddle with the gravity and the wall support, feels really nice. Whenever you're ready to come off the wall, you can roll over to the side. If you need to do some final stretches, we are going to slip into our Shavasana. So if you'd like to stay with your legs up the wall, you can go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and take about 5 minutes for our Shavasana. So any way that you like, if you'd like to come up to a seated or lay on your back. Laying on your back is really grounding. You can connect with your breath a lot better. You can always come to a seated and sit back up against the wall. Let's again connect with those 3 exhales out the mouth, feeling every last bit of tension leave the body. Bring your knees to chest. And roll over to your side or rock up to a seated. And we'll close this class out together. I was gifted this book and I just recently got into it. It's called Living Zen, which I love. The Zen saying, fall down 7 times, get up 8, means that even if we failed at something many times, it doesn't mean that we won't succeed next time. The key is making one's best effort, moment by moment. Just do your best. Thank you for practicing with me. I bow to you. Namaste.